Good morning, good morning. Come to Yardi TV. Yeah, man. Sunday morning. Yeah, man. Sunday morning. Yeah, morning of giving thanks and praise to the Father. Yeah, man. Much people. I got church down in a. Oh, I wonder how much people gone to church at West now. I wonder how much people in is able to put on them church clothes down in a St. Elizabeth, down in a river. All of them parish there. Exactly 2 weeks after Melissa. Yeah, man. After Melissa, devastate. Devastate. After Melissa, run over Western Jamaica. How much people going to church now? How much people wake up this morning, Sunday morning, yeah, and can happily some tea water. Yeah, man, some tea water. Mm. Yeah, how much people is able to find piece of tea bread this Sunday morning in a Black River. Yeah. How much people is able to put on some tea water down Maroon Town. Yeah, man. And how much people this morning is able to can put on some tea in a certain part of Westmoreland. How much people is able to put on some tea water in a places in Chile. How much people is able to put on some tea water in a places like Hanover. Wonder if them people there have a slice of bread this morning, in the morning. Mm. Well, you have some people, where them say in a shelter. Them claim say some people in a shelter. Them claim say some people in a shelter. Some people in a shelter is able to get even some porridge this morning. Mm. But people can identify part where them house used to be down in a Western Jamaica. People are able to can put them finger and say, that's how me did live. Right me did live. How much people did mark the spot when Melissa come house disappear? How much people is able to this morning if the government come say, where was you living before Melissa? How much people can identify the exact spot where them already there, down in a western Jamaica. How much people where them underwater can water subside, whether it be a month or month or 6 months, them can tell men say, I yes me used to live. How much people can look upon government say, yes, I'm land. How much people can identify them people where them born and live for all of them life down in a St. Elizabeth, down in a Trelawney, down in a Hanover, down in a Westmoreland. People, me they are this for all a reason we don't know. Me they reason we don't know. And me I telling you the goddamn truth. Don't left property. Don't left it. No matter come and I try persuade you know, to move. Don't left on no property. Don't left on no property. You don't pound no property. If you no tile it, cover under mud, dig hole pan the land where you no identify say no land and shit in a hole and cover it, please. Don't run away land. Don't run away from land. And I go tell you now, with in a Jamaica, nothing run left them land. Listen me carefully. Me I go tell you which set of people in a Jamaica, nothing run left them land, them piece of property. Uno no run, don't run left it. There is a undermine plan by the big man and government for land from under no foot. Or should I say, to take on a land from under rubble, or to take on a land as soon as the water subside. Pan up near on a land, may I tell the people that I want to listen me. See the people them we living at the Maroon community in a St. Elizabeth. Uno move 1 foot. Anywhere uno feel uno used to live, sit down, don't move. Don't move from there. All of the people them in a especially Black River, uno have a piece of land near Black and in a St. Elizabeth. Don't move from uno property, even if it under rubber or if it under mud. No make nobody come tell you no say them a go now money for no land. Don't take money for no land. Stand up and sit down upon no land. You see the people them in a place like Chigwell in a Hanover, where underwater, stand up there until the water draw down. Don't run left land. Don't run left on the land. There is a undermine land by the big man. Don't the two uno hungry and now, uno selling the land for little and nothing. Don't do that. Don't you ever think of doing that. No make no member of parliament come tell you no foolishness for move off on the land and make government take over land. No, that are the plan. That are the plan. Down a Black River, Elizabeth, them a try to confuse you. That's una gonna run left on the land. Don't on the land. You hear me? I want to know. Don't run left on the land. If you no want, dig hole and shit and cover right on the land. Cover on the land, get a piece of post, dig in the ground and put a marker on a piece of land. Put a piece of marker on the land. You wanna hear how me I want to know? Down in Elizabeth, the other part, na Chilani, uno no run left, uno land in a Chilani. You hear me? I beg you, don't run left, uno land in a Chilani. Don't run left, uno land. Down in a Westmoreland, don't run left, uno land. No matter how uno house broke down, I wanna feel frustrated. Hang on pound a piece of broke down property. One day, uno will be able to rise again. Don't sell uno land for never sorry. Don't sell uno land. You hear how me I beg you now? And that are for the people them in a Western Jamaica. Now me I come at Kingston. You see the people in a Kingston, uno be careful. The people them down in the part where them call Kingston Garden. Enough people don't understand Kingston Garden there. Enough people don't understand. When we talk about Kingston Garden, we are talking about places like Allman Town, Campbell Town, over the other side, a circle where people call over there so Tel Aviv, Spoilers, Wildman Street, all of them places there, don't sell on land. You hear how me I want to know? £1 of land, £1 of land. You see the people them will live down a south side. You see the people them will live down a south side. Tel Aviv, a plan for taking off of the land. And una go sorry, £1 of land. You know, understand what I going on now. Now is the great land grabbing. Land grabbing now in a Jamaica. Land grabbing. Land grabbing. All of the people them from other country. Israel. Israel. Mean, uno just a keep on the eye upon the Chinese people them say. No matter the Chinese people them. For the Chinese people them they a long time monks no. The Chinese them not a threat. You have some people from India, Pakistan, and they ready to take over on the spaces down in a Tel Aviv. All of them is there. We wanna fight and a war, destroy. On soon after left there. Whole and pound of land. Whole and pound of land. Whole and pound the people we no have. All who have no surf ticket and no land title, wanna try go look about it. Try go look about it. Because sooner or all I know down a Kingston Garden have to remove. Have to remove. Cause me I tell you no, government and the private sector have planned for down there so. The government and the private sector have planned for down at Tel Aviv, Alman Town, spoilers, the whole of them called Kingston Garden. But just a island, you know. People them don't a rate wall and pound of land. Don't sell it out. Don't sell out to the land down a rate town. You know, hear how me I want to know. You know, hear how me I want to know. Don't sell on the land down a rate town. Don't ever make nobody come to you know, with any farm a plan for buy out on a place. Town, wall and pan on a land down a rate town. Wall and pan it. No matter the amount of money, them come to you with wall and pan the land. You see them little piece of land there? Town, a billions them value. Billions. Billions. You see them land there down at Tel Aviv, Kingston Garden and them place there, a billions it have a value. Billions. Yes, billions. I mean millions. I mean billions. Now the big one. Now is the big one. This is the cake where everybody want to yam. Port Royal. Port Royal. Port Royal. Port Royal. Port Royal. You see the little people that will live at Port Royal? Uno make up uno mind to kill people from the land. Uno make up uno mind dead for the land over Port Royal. You see that the little piece of land over Jamaica in a Jamaica we name Port Royal? Lord Jesus Christ. Port Royal. You don't ever know the amount of money where Port Royal value now. Port Royal alone value more than Jamaica. Little Port Royal alone value more than Jamaica. When see the little piece of land over Port Royal there, so it value more than the little piece of land over there, so in the Kingston Harbour when in Port Royal. Jesus Christ. Port Royal value billions, zillions of that people. Port Royal alone, if the government is able to sell Port Royal, Jamaica can survive off of Port Royal if the government sell it for the right price. But the thing about Port Royal, government can't sell it. Government can't sell Port Royal. The only thing government can do is try remove the people them from Port Royal and take it over. But people over Port Royal make up on mind. Make up on mind. Make up on mind. Say, uno willing to sacrifice uno life for the piece of land there where uno live pan over Port Royal. Make sure say uno willing to sacrifice uno life for the little piece of land there where over Port Royal. You see that piece of land there over Port Royal? It value more than Jamaica. Believe you me. I'm going to stop talk for a while and make uno listen where the piece of land there over Port Royal value. Listen. If uno believe in a way me I say, uno listen. Listen how the land over Port Royal value. The amount of land. Did you know that Jamaica has an underwater city that was once called the biggest city on earth? People back in the 1600s, Port Royal make up on the mind to dead for the piece of land over Port Royal. Make up on the mind. If you had gold, rum, or power, Port Royal make up on the mind. The streets were filled with European merchants, enslaved Africans. Now telling them, make up on the mind for the piece of land there. Look here. Me nah have no ulterior motive to come this morning.
Did you know that Jamaica has an underwater city that was once called the wickedest city on earth? Back in the 1600s, Port Royal was one of the richest and most notorious places in the Caribbean, a haven for pirates, traders, and adventurers. It was said that if you had gold, rum, or power, Port Royal was where you came to spend it. The streets were filled with European merchants, enslaved Africans, and pirates who raided ships across the seas. But on June 7th, 1692, everything changed. Within just 2 minutes, a massive earthquake struck Jamaica, and the ground beneath Port Royal literally sank into the sea. Over 2,000 people were killed instantly, and most of the city was swallowed by the Caribbean waters. Historians say it was one of the deadliest natural disasters.
People, if you not think say, I know God a send down him wrath pan Jamaica. I don't know. God a send down him wrath pan Jamaica from a very long time. From me and you and my papa and for your papa, and my mama, and your mama, and your papa was banned. People did have them high pan Port Royal, and the amount of money where did that turn in a Port Royal, and Port Royal was once the richest place on the face of the earth, like how it is now today. Port Royal sit down pan a riches there. But you see, if we continue with hungry government, we not go reach where we for reach. But listen,
In the Western Hemisphere. What's incredible is that much of the old city still exists, perfectly preserved beneath the water off the coast of Kingston Harbor. Divers and archaeologists have found houses, streets, coins, and artifacts still sitting underwater, frozen in time. Today, Port Royal is being developed as a historic and cultural site, and even though part of it is underwater, it remains one of Jamaica's greatest hidden treasures. So yes, Jamaica has a real sunken city, a reminder that our island's past is filled with stories of wealth, power, disaster, and survival. Please note, this video was created.
people, if you don't understand what I try to make you know, say, Port Royal City, Port Royal City is a place where people, people have them yai pan to come take over. People have them eye pan Port Royal to take over. If if Port Royal people them understand the wealth were under them foot. 1 week ago, the National Heritage Trust get to find out say Port Royal is now the third wonder of the world. Our place, when named Port Royal, is the third wonder of the world. And let me tell you now what is a wonder. When you become a wonder of the world, we are talking about wonders of the world. Is like you're talking about the Great Wall of China, wonders of the world. Cause people I try find out how on earth man man can build a wall, a wall, a wall big enough like the Great Wall of China. A wall, a wall that vehicle can drive on top of the Great Wall of China. Vehicle drive on a wall. Imagine that. You have a next wonder of the world, what them call the 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 Great Pyramid of Egypt. The Great Pyramid of Egypt. Yes, the Great Pyramid of Egypt. People are wonder where them people there of those million thousands of years ago have the knowledge to make a pyramid, a pyramid without having tools to cut the bricks them precise, and and the, and the pyramid go way up in the sky. That is one of the wonders of the world. And them have a next one where them call the Great Pisa, the Great Giza. I don't remember the island, but right now, Jamaica now have Port Royal. Jamaica have Port Royal right now as a city that value millions of dollars, and nobody in government can sell Port Royal. Not even the government can touch Port Royal. Not even the government can touch Port Royal. Not even the government. So people, Port Royal have riches abundantly. Port Royal have riches abundantly. Port Royal have place underwater for over thousands of years now. And people, enough people wouldn't understand. So if the people them at Port Royal is able to tap in upon the benefit of Port Royal, the benefit of Port Royal cannot go to no government. It must be to the people of Jamaica, not the government. Not the government. It must be to the people of Jamaica. People have to understand, say, Port Royal is now a place where people are look to take over. Many nations have them eye from Port Royal. But Port Royal people them have to understand the historical value. Listen, please.
It's called the wickedest city on earth. Now, it stands beside the pyramids of Giza and the Great Wall of China as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Yes, Port Royal, our forgotten fishing village, has just been recognized as one of the most important places on the planet, not just for Jamaicans, but for all of humanity.
The government now go tell the Port Royal people them this. People of Jamaica This is an alert. This is a wake-up call. And I need the people them of Port Royal to listen this one here. Port Royal people, cock on the ears and listen. The government no want to know this. The government no want to know about this. The government of Jamaica don't want the Port Royal people them to know these facts. The government of Jamaica no want the Port Royal people. Don't want the Port Royal people to learn these facts. What going in the country. Them no want the people them know. Say them thing yeah. Are going in the country I know. Listen people.
So, what changed? Or better yet, what took so long? At exactly 11:43 a.m. on June 7th, 1692, the earth split open beneath Port Royal. Within minutes, 2/3 of the city, including people, buildings, marketplaces, and churches, slid into the sea. But here's the part some Jamaicans don't know. That entire underwater city still exists, frozen in time beneath Kingston Harbour, still intact, still holding its secrets. That's why UNESCO just gave it the highest global honour in heritage, because no other place in the Western Hemisphere has an authentic, preserved 17th century sunken city. Port Royal is not just a historical site, it's an archaeological miracle. But now that the world is watching, what happens next could make or break how Jamaica benefits from this designation. Let's go deeper. Why Port Royal matters. In the 1600s, Port Royal wasn't just any town. It was the beating heart of British power in the Caribbean. Bigger than Kingston.
People are there, me do a blog, you know. And a whole heap of people feel say, when England send send £7 million come give Jamaica in a aid, I spit in our face, them disrespect we. Because when you listen to these utterances, you find out say a Port Royal make England so rich. Port Royal was the heart of England. So when the English them I go come look on we Jamaican after the country was devastated by Hurricane Melissa and just throw a measly £7 million pan good Jamaica. It's a disrespect that. It's a disrespect. Disrespect we. It's a disrespect. Because when you listen to this, people, Jamaica politician them not worth it. But may I tell the people them over Port Royal, no make no government come tell you no foolishness. Hold on upon the land over Port Royal because the rich man them have a come off on the land. Them a come off it, you know. sooner or later. But listen, all the people them have a benefit out of Port Royal.
In Boston, a place where merchants traded sugar and gold, and where pirates like Henry Morgan made and broke empires. At its peak, it was called the richest city in the New World, and the most wicked, because it was also a playground for crime, indulgence, and betrayal. But then came the quake, and the wicked city became a watery grave. The earthquake that destroyed Port Royal didn't just end a city, it preserved it. For over 330 years, that sunken world has remained untouched under layers of silt and silence. Pewter plates still lie on wooden shelves. Pocket watches, frozen at 11:43, still tick inside the wreckage. It's our Pompeii, our Atlantis. And now it's officially one of the world's greatest treasures. What UNESCO status really means, being added to the UNESCO World Heritage List, is not just a shiny badge. It means Jamaica now has a legal and moral responsibility to protect Port Royal at all costs. To the world, it now belongs to everyone, but the world is trusting Jamaica to care for it. UNESCO doesn't take this lightly. If we fail to manage Port Royal properly, it could be placed on the heritage endangered.
So you hear that? When you hear that? When you hear that, Jamaica people, not even the government can ramp with Port Royal. Not even the government. Andrew only can just look on Port Royal and just bend up him big nose. Him can't do nothing to Port Royal because Port Royal don't belong to we Jamaican alone again. Port Royal belongs to the world. When something in our country become a World Heritage Site, no government can play with it. No government at all can play with Port Royal. But if the people them will live at Port Royal, me I talk about, the people them supposed to benefit out of Port Royal, not the government. Not the government. It's the people them will live and preserve the little island. Cause it's a little island. First of all, you see right at the roundabout, I would advise the people them at Port Royal. No people at Port Royal. Una go say me crazy. Una go say me crazy. But you see the same way all the maroon them a wall and pan them place. You see same way all Port Royal people, I wanna me a talk to you know. Port Royal people, wanna tag me pan that one yeah. Port Royal people, tag me pan that one yeah. Port Royal people, tag me pan that one yeah. Port Royal people, tag me pan that one yeah. You see same way like how the maroon them make the government have a thinker when them are coming a Maroon Town. Them can't just come in a Maroon Town and do anything with them like, you know. Them cannot come in a Maroon Town, especially a compound, and do any fucking thing them want. Them cannot do it. Them cannot do it. Anything at all the government have do a Maroon Town, especially a compound, them have a chat to Chief Curry. Them can't just enter it so. So me I advise the people them at Port Royal. Me I advise the people them at Port Royal. Take over on the place. Port Royal people, take over on the place. And me I go tell you now how you can take over. You see right at the roundabout, right at the roundabout, when you go down to the airport, build a big gate up there, so a big gate. And you see, anybody I come through that gate there, anybody I come through that gate there, them have to come through like a security point. A security point. Wanna listen to me, you know? Me I go and hide there, people over Port Royal. You see, when it come on to Jamaican, as long as you can produce a Jamaican ID, you see, from your plan to go over Port Royal, you have to have either your passport. Listen, you know, people, me I tell you now how benefit out of Port Royal now. Put up a gate, and you say, when people are come in a Port Royal, if them not have a Jamaican driver's license, passport, TRN, national ID, them have to pay come in. Them have to pay come in. As long as you cannot produce a national ID for sure, say, you is a Jamaican, you got to pay. I not telling you how much money for charge, you know. But that's supposed to be where God going to live off of Port Royal people. Now when tourists are coming at the country now, when tourists are coming at the country, once them touch at the gate, once them touch at the gate, somebody have to know, say, is either them collect 10 US or £5 for coming to Port Royal. Once them a come by foot, £5. Once them a come in a vehicle, £10 are the equivalent. And then them come in, and then you have like a tour guide. No farmer ship supposed to dock in the harbour. So when we see the government start off cruise ship and bring a Port Royal, that was a no. The government should never have cruise ship and bring it to Port Royal. The government have rob the people them a Port Royal. The government have rob the Port Royal people them. When the people them come a Port Royal in a cruise ship, the Port Royal residents them no benefit off of that. A government a benefit. So no cruise ship. I want to listen to this. I want to listen to this. Listen to this. This is where the World Heritage Trust, UNESCO, stated. And I mean I say it, you know, UNESCO states say the people them of Port Royal must find a way how to benefit from Port Royal without government intervention. Listen.
Or worse, stripped of the title. That's happened before. Sites in Germany, Oman, and even the US have been delisted. So now, the spotlight isn't just on Port Royal, it's on Jamaica. What's at stake? Here's the part nobody likes to talk about. World Heritage status can be a blessing, but without a plan, it can also be a curse. If too many tourists flood Port Royal without proper limits, we could destroy the very thing the world came to see. Venice is Machu Picchu is cracking under tourist weight. Do we want Port Royal to be next? Then there's another risk, gentrification. As visitors pour in and property values rise, the same families who kept the town alive for generations could be pushed out. This has happened in Barcelona, in Amsterdam. And if we're not careful, it could happen here. That's why the stakes are high.
Enough people not understand the word gentrification. The word gentrification mean, say, Port Royal are going to start have people like all the Israeli them. Yes, Israeli. I can't mention about the Chinese. I don't know why there's a soft heart to me for the Chinese. Because if it wasn't China, Jamaica wouldn't look like now. And after Melissa come and destroy, I know say how the Chinese them I forgot build back Jamaica. So people of Jamaica take on them out of the Chinese them. But we are talking about the Israeli them and the people them from India, people them from Pakistan, Bangladesh, and even the American them are gonna come and try push out the people them out of Port Royal, and them are gonna take control. Cause remember, when the thing come true, you see the whole of places like downtown Kingston, down at Tel Aviv, Southside, and the whole of them thing there, all light are gonna come in as one, because the rich people them now are gonna have them yacht. The rich people them are gonna have them yacht, and them are gonna have them yacht on the harbor shore, and them can just jump in a them yacht, and them bring tourists over Port Royal in a them yacht. And while the common Jamaican them will fight tribal war now, uno same dirty people down at Tel Aviv, uno same people them down at spoilers, will fight and a kill off on one another. This is the big picture. Don't make people come pushing off of the land down there, because in less than 10 years' time, this are going to go on. Gentrification. Gentrification. You're not going to see no more blackhead, picky head picnic downtown again. Appear Israeli. Appear Indian. Appear Pakistani. Appear people of all other origin. I go down to Tel Aviv, Southside, and the same Kingston Garden. You don't believe a joke me I make? If you don't believe a joke me I make, listen, listen, listen. Because we there for teach we not there for tell bullshit. We there for teach gentrification. Beware.
Why smart action is urgent. The path to prosperity.
This is the path
Here's the
to
good
prosperity.
news. Jamaica can win big from this. Tourism? Yes, but not just in volume, in value. We're value visitors, history lovers, educators, and eco-conscious travelers who spend more and respect heritage. Jobs? Plenty. From certified local tour guides to artisans making replica artifacts, to guest houses run by families right in the community. And education. Think of the impact of a world-class onshore museum that uses VR and 3D to let visitors experience the sunken city without diving. One that preserves history while creating income. It's already been done in Baia, Italy, in Alexandria, Egypt. Why not here? We can even learn from Belize, where local fishing communities became guardians of the barrier reef, or from South Africa's Isimangaliso Park, which created over 12,000 local jobs. Port Royal can be the same. If we lead with conservation, empower the community, and keep development in check, we can transform a forgotten village into a global model. Who must act now? So who holds the key? The government must establish a single Port Royal World Heritage Management Authority. No red tape, no turf wars. One team, one mission. The people of Port Royal must be given a seat at the table. and a fair share of the profits. They should lead the tours, own the shops, tell the stories. They are the soul of the site, and businesses, big and small, must follow a conservation-first model. This means no mega cruise ports, no glass skyscrapers, only sustainable, small-scale, community-aligned development. But beyond institutions, it is...
People hear that? No cruise shipping. So when the government of cruise ship are bringing tourists in a Port Royal in the past years, the government wrong. The government should never have no cruise ship a come in a Port Royal from long time. Them a mash up the heritage site. Them a mash it up. People of Jamaica, love up the video, like up the video. Uno make me feel like say, me a chat foolishness. Love up the video, like up the video. People, Port Royal is one of Jamaica game changer. The people them of Port Royal have to go get militant. When you see government people come over there and them a chat them bullshit, run them way and tell them say, I yes on the live. Uno in a Port Royal, uno believe say, uno can go up in a Jacksonville, or uno can go up in a Beverly Hills, or Narbrook, or Cherry Garden, and go tell them how to run them shit up there. People of Jamaica, Port Royal people, uno have to adapt the style of the maroon. Adapt the style of the maroon. Take charge of what God given you. Take charge of what God given you. Don't make government come and come gentrify on a place. Come turn on a place. And when you look at Israel people control of Port Royal, Pakistani people control of Port Royal, Indian people control of Port Royal, and the little picky red skin people them who dead from long time disappear. Have to jump on ship and run gone. Have to jump in a boat and gone. Port Royal people, I want to listen this carefully. Tag me, I'm making a friend. Here, what I go on for Port Royal and be like a soldier and stand up.
Will of the Jamaican people that will ultimately determine the future of Port Royal. Will we speak up if the vision is lost? Will we defend it against short-term profits and foreign interests? Protecting Port Royal means choosing pride over convenience, preservation over exploitation, and national identity over fleeting gain. This is a once-in-a-lifetime moment. If we get it right, we win for generations. But if we get it wrong, 4 bonus facts. Fact 1. A brass pocket watch was found in the ruins, stopped at the exact moment of the 1692 quake, 11:43 a.m. Fact 2. Port Royal once rivaled Boston in size, trade, and population. Fact 3. The underwater ruins are so intact that archaeologists have found pots still sitting on hearths. Fact 4. The sunken city is one of the only places in the world where you can study an entire colonial town frozen in time. Port Royal was buried, but it is not broken. Now the world sees its value, and the world is watching what Jamaica will do next. Let's not miss this moment. Subscribe to this channel.
People, I'm going to play this video again, and I want to listen it carefully because this is a game changer. Couple weeks ago, I and a person was, love up the life, love up the life. Yeah, man, top up, top up. I and a person was talking about how Port Royal was once a part of Miami. Or should I say, Miami was a part of Jamaica. Yes, Miami was a part of Jamaica. Yes. But after the earthquake, you see, same way like how you see the the little them call it the little places them out in the sea, island them, the little island them in the sea. I saw Port Royal exist, and the same airport there, Norman Manley Airport, is a strip, is a strip. Some people just call it Keys, but one time, if you listen where the person say, Port Royal was once the size of Boston. Imagine Boston. No people. I want to look up Boston in the UK and in the US. Boston is a big city, Boston is a big place. Big place. Boston, Massachusetts is a big state. So if Port Royal was the size of Boston, where the rest there, so theoretically, theoretically, you can see say when we say Miami was a part of Port Royal, we not talk bullshit. It's after the earthquake, The it sink. Can't remember, I know them say if you listen them say part it sink over in the Caribbean Sea and part sink in the harbor. You talk about the harbor, go back to Raytown, I go back to Rockfort, I go back. So all of them places there was Port Royal, Rockfort, all of them places there was Port Royal. If just listen the name, Rockfort, Rockfort. A fort is a place where you look out at sea, that is designated as a lookout. So when you hear about Rock Fort, you talk about say the pirate them used to catch right pan Warwick Hill and look straight over into the ocean, and then part of St. Thomas. Yes, part of St. Thomas was Port Royal too. Part of Portland. All of them part the way where y'all hear me I talk about Portland. I want people with knowledge, geological knowledge. Come and make we debate it. We can debate it. We can debate it. That even St. Thomas, part of St. Thomas was Port Royal. Part of Portland was also Port Royal. So the theory when me I say now, Port Royal was Miami was a part of Port Royal. Miami was a part of Port Royal, but after the earthquake, the place sink. A whole heap of, look here, you see when the Spaniard them did a try fight the Englishman them. Port Royal was the fort, where them have to come through. At this so the English them use and wall off the Spanish attack. So all of them places the way me I talk about, part of St. Thomas, Kobe, them place there was Lookout Point. The same Kobe where you hear across a controversy in a parliament now. Go Thailand. All of them places there was a part of Port Royal. So that's why the whole thing come round to Port Henderson, part of St. Catherine come round. The whole of them place there was Port Royal. Me no sit down here and chat foolishness. Port Royal wasn't not just the little piece of a thing where we see now. Port Royal was a big, big kind of. All right, now look here. It seems like me a chat foolishness. Listen where the author say. Listen.
It's called the wickedest city on earth. Now, it stands beside the pyramids of Giza and the Great Wall of China as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Yes, Port Royal, our forgotten fishing village, has just been recognized as one of the most important places on the planet, not just for Jamaicans, but for all of humanity. So, what changed? Or better yet, what took so long? At exactly 11:43 a.m. on June 7th, 1692, the earth split open beneath Port Royal. Within minutes, 2/3 of the city, including people, buildings, places, and churches, slid into the sea. But here's the part some Jamaicans don't know. That entire underwater city still exists, frozen in time beneath Kingston Harbour, still intact, still holding its secrets. That's why UNESCO just gave it the highest global honor in heritage, because no other place in the Western Hemisphere has an authentic, preserved 17th century sunken city. Port Royal is not just a historical site, it's an archaeological miracle. But now that the world is watching, what happens next could make or break how Jamaica benefits from this designation. Let's go deeper. Why Port Royal matters. In the 1600s, Port Royal wasn't just any town. It was the beating heart of British power in the Caribbean. Bigger than Kingston, richer than Boston. A place where merchants traded sugar and gold, and where pirates like Henry...
Listen, man, bigger than Kingston. People, Kingston big. So some people just feel say, me I say Port Royal had a little place over there. So Port Royal was the whole of downtown and Raytown and even downtown where you see there. So yes, Port Royal I go as far as back to St. Thomas. I go back to Portland and the whole of this was Port Royal. So some people are going like say, when we talk about Port Royal, at the little place over there, so Port Royal was once a city, the richest city in the world. So some people have Jamaica, so the way how the people them are deal with Jamaica business now, government. Them are deal with government business like Jamaica must always stay and I beg. A fight with self up the back. Put with self up the man, put with self up there. Same way how Bob Marley can go out there. Same way how Usain Bolt can go out there and dominate Bob Marley go out there and dominate. Vibes Cartel go out there and dominate. Shelley and Fraser go out there and dominate. Usain Bolt go out there and dominate. Shelley and Fraser Price go out there and dominate. And the list goes on and on and on. And so we Jamaican must fight, fight. Because right now, where he say, Port Royal, Port Royal, supposed to make Jamaica rich, rich. Port Royal, supposed to make Jamaica be rich. And Jamaica, in a time like now, we are going about a beg, and we have Port Royal there. Port Royal, and that's why foreigners laugh half away. Look how much wealth we have. Look how much wealth. Port Royal wealth. And all government are think about is to sell out. Gentrification, colonization. That's all government are think about.
Made and broke empires. At its peak, it was called the richest city in the New World and the most wicked, because it was also a playground for crime, indulgence, and betrayal. But then came the quake, and the wicked city became a watery grave. The earthquake that destroyed Port Royal didn't just end a city, it preserved it. For over 330 years, that sunken world has remained untouched under layers of silt and silence. Pewter plates still lie on wooden shelves. Pocket watches, frozen at 11:43, still tick inside the wreckage. It's our Pompeii, our Atlantis. And now it's officially one of the world's greatest treasures. What UNESCO status really means. Being added to the UNESCO World Heritage List is not just a shiny badge.
People,
it means Jamaica
you
now
see,
has
right,
a legal and moral responsibility to protect Port Royal at all costs. To the world, it now belongs to everyone.
Stop talk to
but
government
the world is
people
trusting
now.
Jamaica
Port
to care for
Royal
it.
people must stop talk to
UNESCO doesn't
government
take
people
this
now.
lightly.
Take
If
up
we
on the
fail to
thing in
manage
our
Port Royal
own hand.
properly, it could be
Take up on
placed
the
on the
thing.
heritage
Go to a
endanger list,
private
or
sector
worse,
or go
stripped
to
of the
a
title.
foreign
That's happened
investor
before.
and
Sites in
ask
Germany,
them for help
Oman, and
to
even the
fix up
US
Port
have been
Royal the
delisted.
proper way.
So now,
That's the
the
Port Royal
spotlight
people
isn't
them
just on Port
can
Royal,
benefit
it's
from
on
Port
Jamaica.
Royal. Because
What's
when
at
cruise
stake?
ship come in a Port
Here's the part
Royal,
nobody
the
likes
people
to
them
talk
not
about.
benefit.
World
All the
heritage
people
status
them
can
can
be a
do
blessing,
is sell
but
some
without a
juice,
plan,
is
it
sell
can
some
also
juice.
be a curse. If too many tourists flood Port Royal without proper limits, we could destroy the very thing the world came to see. Venice is drowning. Machu Picchu is cracking under tourist weight. Do we want Port Royal to be next? Then there's another risk: gentrification. As visitors pour in and property values rise, the same families who kept the town alive for generations could be pushed out. This has happened in Barcelona, in Amsterdam, and if we're not careful, it could happen here. That's why the stakes are high, and why smart action is urgent. The path to prosperity. Here's the good news. Jamaica can win big from this. Tourism? Yes, but not just in volume. We're talking about high-value visitors, history lovers, educators, and eco-conscious travelers who spend more and respect heritage. Jobs? Plenty. From certified local tour guides to artisans making replica artifacts, to guest houses run by families right in the community. And education. Think of the impact of a world-class onshore museum, one that uses VR and 3D to let visitors experience the sunken city without diving. One that preserves history while creating income. It's already been done in Baia, Italy, in Alexandria, Egypt. Why not here? We can even learn from Belize, where local fishing communities became guardians of the barrier reef. or from South Africa's Isimangaliso Park, which created over 12,000 local jobs. Port Royal can be the same. If we lead with conservation, empower the community, and keep development in check, we can transform a forgotten village into a global model. Who must act now? So who holds the key? The government must establish a single Port Royal World Heritage Management Authority. No red tape, no turf wars. One team, one mission. The people of Port Royal must be given a seat at the table and a fair share of the profits. They should lead the tours, own the shops, tell the stories. They are the soul of the site, and businesses, big and small, must follow a conservation-first model. This means no mega cruise ports, no glass skyscrapers, only sustainable, small-scale, community-aligned development. But beyond institutions, it is the will of the Jamaican people that will ultimately determine the future of Port Royal. Will we speak up if the vision is lost? Will we defend it against short-term profits and foreign interests? Protecting Port Royal means choosing pride over convenience, preservation over exploitation, and national identity over fleeting gain. This is a once-in-a-lifetime moment. If we get it right, we win for generations. But if we get it wrong, 4 bonus facts. Fact 1. A brass pocket watch was found in the ruins, stopped at the exact moment of the 1692 quake, 11:43 a.m. Fact 2. Port Royal once rivaled Boston in size, trade, and population. Fact 3. The underwater ruins are so intact that archaeologists have found pots still sitting on hearths. Fact 4. The sunken city is one of the only places in the world where you can study an entire colonial town frozen in time. Port Royal was buried, but it is not broken. Now the world sees its value, and the world is watching what Jamaica will do next. Let's not miss this moment. Subscribe to this channel.
People, it's right now. Right now, government have to stay out of this, Government have to stay out of this because right now, the people them have to get militant. People have to get militant in a Jamaica now. Just like how the Maroon them militant over the years. Because as far as I we say, what going in a Jamaica now, government just sit back and just want to tear down the Jamaican people. I mean, I tell the people them down at Greenwich Town, Greenwich Farm, be on the lookout. Government, you see, our government have no under state of emergency. All know, all know, them still have no ban down, And uno down at Greenwich Farm, uno take it so easy. Uno take it so easy. You ever hear them say, when you think it's peace and safety, a sudden destruction. When uno down at Greenwich Farm feel say, a peace and safety, a team the government a team uno down there. The government a turn in a sheep down at Greenwich Farm. You see that piece of property we named the Greenwich Farm Beach. You see the piece of property we named Tinson Pen. Una tande there here. Una tande there. In 10 years' time, a squinge up, una go squinge up a Greenwich Farm. Here, squinge up, una go squinge up. You know, see your government, I keep them hype on Greenwich Farm Beach. Them know say little isle they down there now. Them know say isle they down there. Them know. You believe say them no know. Them test it and find out say isle they down under the ground at Greenwich Farm. But people, and me fi tell you no, from me a boy, me know say Isle, they a Greenwich Farm, down at the beach. Down at the beach, at certain time when the beach line just get highly, when you look on the beach, it just get highly. You don't know where the Isle come from. You don't know where the Isle come from. But down on the beach just get highly. A long time it a gone from way down in the 60s a come up. And when they are Greenwich Farm and we want light with fire, we don't go buy kerosene oil. We just go dig a hole in the ground down at Greenwich Farm and we full we buckle a oil and come a we yard and come light fire. Yes, a long time that a go on a Greenwich Farm. You just dig a hole in the ground and you just see the oil start bubble up. Right, yes, right down a Greenwich Farm. So if you not think it's peace and safety down there, sudden destruction. You know, see how them a team, you know. Uno no control uno place here and make government can run in and run out here. Get militant, get militant Jamaica people them. Uno have to get militant in a time like now when government tell the people them down at St. Elizabeth say if them can't identify, listen this, government tell the people them down at St. Elizabeth say, imagine this, government tell the people them down at St. Elizabeth say, if them can't identify them piece of land down at St. Elizabeth, down at Hanover, down at Trelawny, Westmoreland, them can't own it. Imagine that. Government a tell you say if you can't identify it properly, properly, like them a say, if you can't show document for sure say a your piece of land, you can't get it back. And uno vote for that, you know. Uno vote for that. So uno have to take it. Uno have to take it. Cause that uno vote for, especially in a St. Elizabeth, and that uno vote for. And caring people. People were ready to gentrify uno. People were ready to colonize uno again. Turn uno in a slave. Which hotel? Which hotel down in the western section of Jamaica open them door and say people will not have no way. Come inside and come shelter. Up to now, up to now, up to now, up to now, we not see no hotel open them arms or them door and put up nobody yet. Rain come and wet no in the rain what day. And right here now, another rain, another storm is on the sea. You not hear about it? You not hear about it? You not hear about it? One woman a try talk when she hear thunder roll say she get petrified. Yes, the woman in a St. Elizabeth say every time she look out and hear thunder roll, it's like her heart one broke up like plate. What can go so? St. Elizabeth people afraid of thunder now. People them down at Westmoreland, as them hear little lightning and little thunder roll, them get petrified, frightened. frightened. After all, if government not frightened for the people them, we put them in a power, the people them got to be frightened. Got to be frightened. But when I hear people say, when them hear thunder roll, them feel like them want run under them bed. But what kind of bed them have? Them not in a bed. Melissa going all of the house them. And like a man, a giant, Melissa just hold the people them bed and mash it up. Melissa move like she have hand and foot. So she move, hold the people them bed and mash it and crush it like a big giant. Now when the people them hear little thunder roll, them petrify. Yes, but people, hold on pan on the land, hold on pan on the land, dig out a little hole and put a piece of marker. Yes, pound no land, no run left it. Cause if you no run left it, you not go own it again. When government come with them bulldozer and say them a clean up land. Yes, whenever them a clean up land, you have to make sure say you stand up there. Don't move. Don't move. Cause if them clean up on the land and one is not there, is not for the land again. Cause if that government have a land plan. Yes, government have in people them. We have them land plan, especially in a St. Elizabeth. Them have them land plan ready to sweep on a half on the land down a St. Elizabeth, especially down there so. We don't hear about the smart city. How everybody hear about the smart city away from St. Elizabeth people. We don't hear about the smart city. Oh, you not smart. I don't want to be a part of the smart city. Eh? While government a plan to make Black River city smart, government a turn uno in a nose not. A that a go on. When uno not ready to get smart, government a turn uno people in a bugu and knows not. Nah say nothing more to no. Little more me chat to no again.